What time it is? Time for the hottest wrestling podcast on the planet. Beyond the Barricade with your hosts, Dollar Bill, the Cleaner, and the Brain. Let's get started.
I swear to
Oh.
God, I thought
Mhm.
you had one of those like torches that you use for a grill. And I'm like, why is he doing that against the mic?
I need a hot mic, you know.
Aw.
Hey,
I
Mick
know.
Foley taught you well.
Mm-hmm. I like admission to the House of Pain.
he
But
kind of
anyway,
he kind of like hot pants.
hot pants.
So,
All right,
hey
it's
guys, we
been
had an interesting Thursday out in Las Vegas.
Viva Las
Yeah. Tony
Vegas.
Khan said some interesting stuff.
Yeah, there were some interesting comments made at the WWE WrestleMania kickoff press conference.
Was that like the first of its kind? I don't remember doing like a kickoff like that.
I don't remember it either. I think so, but I mean,
They always
this
wait
is
until
this is WrestleMania XL.
they
So
usually do it like the week of. I remember when I was younger, like if you guys remember, like 2004 to like 2006 or seven, every single pay per view had a press conference. That was always fans would come in,
Oh,
but it was never in like an environment like this. It was always like in like it was like a small like press conference thing.
yeah,
that's a
This
convention.
was like
That's
more of
always
like promo battle.
yeah, exactly. I personally think they did this just to take advantage of the fact that the world press was in Las Vegas for the Super Bowl.
I mean, I also
Yep.
think it reminded me a lot of UFC's like press conference, the way they shot it and all that.
more action.
Yeah. So I think now that they're with the UFC,
I was gonna
um,
say
I
you can
think
see
they
the
might,
influence.
you might see that influence in them.
I don't mind it, to be honest.
Because I mean, AEW did some press row too, radio row.
Yeah,
I think it was on Thursday specifically.
Mm.
Um, and it helps because I think Dynamite was in Las Vegas. No, Collision was
Oh,
in Las Vegas.
okay, yeah, 'cause I know about
Yeah, it
Dynamite.
was the
Yeah.
night before. Um, so like, yeah, I mean, but obviously, like, all of sports media is in Las Vegas for the Super Bowl, and
yeah.
I don't think this is going to be a one-time thing. I think this is going to be a common thing that you're going to see over the course of the next how many years?
Pay-per-views.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, PLEs. PLEs.
Nope,
Yes.
nope, nope. On my side, there's still pay-per-views.
Okay. No, your size pay-per-views. My
Yep.
size pay-per-views. Unfortunately, society is now calling it PLEs. That's just how it
Nope.
is.
Only two companies are calling it PLEs.
WWE's calling it. Who was the other guy? AEW?
Nope.
Who else is calling PLEs?
The boneheads that fired their president last week.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Good call on that
The
one.
only one not for a controversial reason, or I should say, not for a scandalous reason.
Yes, that was complete WTF.
Yeah.
That's not a good business move. I don't care what
No.
I don't know what they were thinking because on one hand, I understand they want to keep everything in house. On the second part, though, you got somebody who's publicly going around being a goodwill ambassador for this and is
He's
supporting it.
beloved by the entire roster.
Why would you try to replace it just to try to keep it in house? Like you just put him in house. I mean, granted, he may want to buy it on his own, but still.
There was also apparently they were budging. So there has been more information that's come out about Scott D'Amore's release from TNA.
Yeah.
Supposedly they were butting heads about the direction of the company, and
Right.
obviously D'Amore is not going to win versus like that top guys at Anthem.
No.
No.
So yeah, there
What
was a
was it?
lot of not knowing or not agreeing on the future of the company.
Let's elaborate just a bit, just a bit, because I know this may not heard it, but it was Demore wanted to hire more talent. Anthem,
Bigger name talent. So
oh, okay, bigger name talent.
they almost convinced Will Ospreay to reconsider signing from AEW. They put an offer out to CM Punk. I'm probably guessing they probably put out an offer to Mercedes Moné as well.
Okay. Yeah, because I remember we're hearing rumors about that floating around.
Yeah. Anthem supposedly wants. So there's rumors about the future of the company. Supposedly they do want to increase the budget a little bit, increase production. Maybe not so much on the roster side, but increase like the production value of the company. And supposedly they're also thinking about maybe even going live every Thursday.
But here's the thing, though. I mean, this is from a business point. It's like you're trying to tighten production, but do you have enough name talents to go with it? I mean, it seems like he wanted to get a couple more just to beef up the roster a bit, so it would make a stronger cards and whatnot.
They did get a couple of talent. Nick Nemeth is signing with TNA.
Mm-hmm.
This is not like a couple month thing, and then he's off to another company. No, he's signed with TNA. They've also signed. Oh, who was it? Oh, Mustafa Ali.
Oh,
They got
Ali,
him
okay.
as well. So they did get a couple of guys, but obviously they weren't going to be able to compete with AEW for Ospreay. They weren't going to compete for Mercedes Moné. Obviously not competing with AEW for Okada. All three of those names are. If you haven't heard the dirt sheets, all three of those names are AEW bound.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Huge gap.
Okay, so then who would have more try to get? It's gonna be more try to get then.
Like
who else could he get? And we're talking about anybody. If you can't get anybody, who else?
Because here's the thing, right? You're not. TNA is not going to appeal to casuals, especially because it's so niche. So if you sign a guy like, let's say, Alex Hammerstone, TNA fans are going to know him because there are a lot TNA fans today. If you're still with that company, you're not as casual. You're not as much of a casual fan as an average TNA fan might have been 10 years ago.
Right.
So TNA fans, especially and AEW fans as well, are going to know a lot of those indie names, and you're gonna feel like, especially the TNA women's division is so good. It's probably the best women's division in the United States. Although Mercedes Moné coming into AEW is really going to help out. Supposedly also Camille's on her way. Megan Bain's on her way.
Mm-hmm.
That's including the additions of Mariah May, Deonna Purrazzo. So the AEW women's roster is really starting to like pick up steam.
I would definitely agree with that. I mean, you got some of the.
I mean, they're hyping the March 13th Dynamite all around Mercedes Moné. If you've seen the advertisements, they're now referring to it as Boston. It's Boss.
Yeah, like nice way to give it away.
I mean, to be fair though, that's exactly what they did for Punk, and you can see how well it worked out when he debuted. So they're hoping for the same thing, to where literally not saying it's going to be Mercedes Moné, but literally hinting at everything, telling you that, like, pretty much strongly implying that it's going to be Mercedes Moné.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, it's not going to be Mercedes. It's like it's not going to be Mercedes.
I wonder who's going to show up.
Who's going to be there?
Yeah,
not showing up.
Because Okada is supposedly coming in at Revolution.
When is that? March?
I think it's March 3rd.
Okay.
Okada's coming in Revolution. That's when Osprey supposedly actually starting in the next couple of weeks. Because what's his name? He Osprey had his last New Japan match a couple days ago.
Okada.
No, Okada. His last match is the 24th. I think it's going to be like a 5-man tag.
Oh, because they were just talking about him being like a
He,
last
his
match.
last, it's probably his last singles match, and it was against Tanahashi. His
And he won.
arguably, yeah, he won, and it's arguably his greatest rival.
Oh, absolutely. Him and Tanahashi are like the cornerstones of New Japan right now.
Well,
yeah.
Well, he was.
Two biggest names in the last like 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
Countless Wrestle Kingdom main events against each other. Those matches, if you want to see Okada matches at its purest, go back and watch those Tanahashi matches. They're very, very, very well done. But yeah, his last match is a 10-man tag on the 24th. And that's also actually surprisingly going to be Tama Tonga's last match. Yeah, I thought he was already done with New Japan, but I think they're going to give him a proper send-off.
That's a good idea.
Because he's been with New Japan for almost his whole career. He was in the New Japan dojo.
Dojo.
So I'm not sure if you've seen it, but I sent a couple days ago a picture in the group chat, and it was, I didn't know this. Okada has one match in Chikara in 2006.
Yes, yeah, I saw it.
Yes, it was his first. It was like he wasn't even in New Japan yet.
No, he was a baby.
Yeah, and he already did a tour of the United States. Because do you guys know who his trainer is? Or at least he credits as his trainer.
Nope.
Ultimo Dragon.
Nice.
Started with him in Mexico. So he had a couple dates in Mexico and then did some little indie show. Like he was at an indie show in the United States where it was like maybe 50 people there. Like that's insane to think about, that this is now one of the best wrestlers in the world.
Hey, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, so anything else you guys want to talk about?
I mean, there's a lot of stuff to talk about. I mean,
let's see.
WWE really, really tipped their hand with regards to one of the matches for WrestleMania prior to Elimination Chamber.
Let's talk about it.
Yes.
What is it?
And of course, Mommy was out there doing her promo.
She's a bottom.
And out comes
No, I just love that comment though. She's like, I'll show you the bottom. I was like, okay.
That's exactly it. Mommy's gonna learn to be a bottom.
Oh God.
The audible gasp and ohs out of the crowd was hilarious.
I didn't have to hear the crowd. I just heard that comment. I was like, oh, okay.
And did you see the look on Rhea's face when she said that? She's like,
oh,
what's that now?
That's gonna send that's gonna sell pay-per-views right there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I mean,
WrestleMania Triple X.
So that pretty much tips the hand of one match at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
They also tipped the hand of who's going to be in the Elimination Chamber. There was a bit of a leaked photo.
We have a leaked photo. leaky leaks, loose leaks sink companies. Goodbye WWE, you got leaked. Nah. But I'm just thinking about it. It's like, wait a second. So I know they're gonna change the ending.
I don't know, but
You think they're not gonna change the ending after getting it leaked?
I doubt it. They're not that smart.
I don't know. I mean, like, I still hear everybody clamoring about the whole Swerve thing with the whole thing with the Rock and everybody and all that. They're like, brilliant storytelling and months in advance. And I'm just thinking, dude, that was done in the last minute. And while somebody was smoking cocaine.
Oh yeah, because yeah, The Rock supposedly wanted him. It was him and Roman, but
Yeah.
I think the difference though is that they're able to understand that maybe that's not what the fans want.
No,
So
fans want blood.
we're gonna push. It's gonna be fluid. But then there's part of me that's thinking they might still do Rock and Roman because
Rocky
this is the
Roman.
WWE we're talking about. This is a company that has been very, like you can even see in the Rock's interview now, depending on if that was the Rock or if that was Dwayne Johnson. It did seem very Vince-ish. In we're doing what we want, shut the fuck up. That's like WWE's motto.
Interesting.
And see, that's where they're losing fans because they're not listening to the fans and what they want.
All the fans they gained back over the last couple of years are going to go right out the window.
Yeah, exactly. Because the fans that came back to watch Cody finish the story keep getting shortchanged.
Yep. And
That's
now
right.
you're going to see AEW. I do expect to at least see a 200,000 viewership increase now with Mercedes Moné coming in because people don't realize how big of a star she is in today's wrestling landscape, and because of how many loyal fans she has.
Oh, absolutely.
You think 200,000? It's just, or it's actually.
I think it's going to be like a 20% increase on that, at least the debut show.
Yeah,
probably. No, definitely. There's going to be a huge increase once she.
They're going to hit 1 million. They're going to hit 1 million on that debut
Dynamite?
show. Yeah.
Okay.
The pop that's going to happen is going to blow the roof off the place.
Yeah. I mean, all you have to do is look at her first match outside WWE. What was it? Maybe in 10 years? The San Jose show in New Japan? Pop of the night.
Yeah, when she damn near broke her ankle.
No. I'm talking about the match versus Kyrie.
I'm just thinking she's going to pop her. She's going to get a huge pop and then pop her ankle at the same time. Money is going to be a good in addition. Yeah. Mercedes going to be a good women's division.
Yeah.
Strong. Do you think they have a strong one right now, or do you think they can make it better?
I think with the addition of Mercedes Moné, the addition of Megan Bayne, with the potential addition of Camille, because remember, Camille was, we all thought as last week she was on her way to WWE. There's been a stall in contract negotiations, and now it seems like she's on her way to AEW. And she was NWA Women's Champion for a long time, and it very vastly improves. So now that she's going to be AEW bound, it's another addition to their roster. So I feel Tony's going to beat Deonna at Revolution.
Okay. And
then they're going to start to set up potentially Mercedes Moné. And a lot of people want Mercedes Moné versus Jamie Hayter at All In, which would be a hell of a match.
Yeah. And the funny thought is AEW, All Elite Women.
Yeah.
And you know what I would love to see as the main event of that show?
What's that?
For the world title, Will Ospreay versus Swerve Strickland.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That's your main event.
I
Tell me
And
that
this
one
is
slap.
Revolution?
No, at All In.
All in? You know what? That wouldn't be a bad one at all.
Yeah.
Then again, anybody against Will Ospreay is going to be a damn good match.
very much. A chair versus Will Ospreay would be a good match.
I think he had a match versus Yoshiko,
Oh, yeah.
which is the doll, the wrestling doll that DDT has. I think he had a match versus that, and yeah, anybody like if you could pull off a good match versus that, like Osprey is the man.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah, the
can't
man
get-
is amazing.
He's got he's well versed in his skills. He's great on mic. He's got the charisma. He's got the attitude. He's got the athleticism. Even now, slowing down a little bit, he's still got
Because
it.
he's not as flippy as he used to, but he's a lot more strong style.
Yeah,
He's learned the way of the strong style.
he's
That's
he's
how-
definitely evolved his style, and that's what's making him a better wrestler.
Yeah.
When somebody can go from the flippy lucha libre high flyer style
Ole!
to getting down and dirty and beating the crap out of somebody.
I mean,
strong style.
the lucha libre style. I mean, like the way he was working wasn't bad because he was the best of the best. But you can't do that forever
No, you can't.
without and expect to evolve or improve
And out without injuries.
or
Too.
improve your standing. So what he did was he evolved, he regenerated his style, and he became legitimately one of the best wrestlers in the world.
And that's where I was going.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Because you go from one style to another, but incorporate both styles into your wrestling. That's what improves you. That's what makes you a better wrestler. That makes you more marketable.
And it surely does.
People want to watch you.
It surely does help going from junior talent that is very fluctuating. The junior heavyweight scene in New Japan can be very fluctuating outside the top 2 or 3 to going to facing like on nightly basis Naito, Tanahashi, Okada, Goto, Ishii. The list goes on.
Yeah.
And on and on.
Suzuki.
Jay White. Jay White, Kenny Omega. So many names to choose from. But yeah, when you move up to the heavyweight, you're stepping up your competition, and he was able to hang. And he was actually probably the most liked foreigner or gaijin in New Japan. Because especially if you watch his show, his farewell match from a couple days ago, they were chanting his name. He's very beloved in New Japan.
Quite. It's only a matter of time before we see somebody else get that spot again, but still.
Yeah, it's gonna be a while.
Indeed. I mean, he'll do well in the AEW. Oh boy, but man. Do you think AEW should change up the booking a little bit though? That seems to be the biggest complaint.
No, because the thing is, when the people that I believe this, the people that say that, they've been brainwashed by the WWE system, and whenever somebody doesn't do what WWE does, no matter if they watch the product or not, they're just gonna say, "Oh, it's bad." It's bad. And then you ask them, okay, how would you change it? And they just describe Monday Night Raw or Friday Night SmackDown.
Or NXT.
Yeah. AEW, I think, is a nice blend of sports entertainment and professional wrestling. They looked about it. I remember seeing a stat from like last week's shows. Not last week, but the week before.
Okay.
half of AEW's programming was wrestling, like matches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I love about AEW.
Whereas only a fifth of WWE programming is
Not
wrestling.
even, I wouldn't even say that.
Well, it's
And
3
I'm being
hours.
generous there.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's not like I don't understand. Like sometimes when you watch like WWE, and you see these stupid backstage segments or these like 30-minute long promos that
Oof.
don't move anything.
Mhm.
No,
And
those-
you try to tell me that like that's better than fucking the matches that the pay-per-view quality matches that are being pushed out on free TV on Dynamite.
yeah, it's like, I mean, I like backstage vignettes and little things, but not when a promo goes longer than a match.
Like AEW keeps the promos and like the backstage vignettes. They keep them short and sweet. They don't try to bore you. Especially
Yeah,
when a
exactly.
promo does go 10 or 15 minutes. It's actually quite entertaining. Now, not to say that everything in WWE is shit like that, but I feel like sometimes there could be too much comedy. And then they put the wrong people out there for 10 to 15 minutes for a promo.
Yeah.
Or I should
Yeah.
say 15 to 20 because they love that. Triple H loves those promos.
It was more
Yeah.
Vince that loved the promos than Triple H.
I'd say even Triple H loves those,
You got to
those
understand Triple
classic.
H was also his under his tutelage. So
Yeah.
that's why he picked it up too.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
yeah,
Triple H was part of the problem with those long ass promos when he
well,
was when he was an in ring performer. He has kind of cut it down a little bit.
wait, yeah, this guy he doesn't have it.
Yeah,
Just trying
exactly.
to be the nose.
Yeah, you got to do the shoulders thing too. He's like,
You know,
'cause he always walked around like he had like a backpack full of muscles, and it's like,
oh yeah.
no.
Although I do love Scott Steiner. His first words in WWE after for so long. Hand me the fucking mic.
Yeah.
They've edited that out of like all the like the Survivor Series playbacks and all that. It's disappointing.
I
Mhm.
I love Scott Steiner. Wish he
What do
was
you-
related.
Yeah. What do you think of his kid though? Like who's like Breakers like their kid?
This is one thing I don't like about WWE. And you have people like, especially because that's Rick's kid. That's not Scott's kid. It's Rick's.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's why I had to take it back. I was like, wait, which? Because I forgot which.
Yeah.
I just said which. What do you think of the kid? That's why I took it back.
The big thing I don't like about WWE is that they won't play in to like the relative. They'll try to like create a whole new character and try to like move away from the relatives. Like Braun Breaker should be mini Scott Steiner. Even though he's Rick's kid, should be mini Scott Steiner because Big Papa Pump was an amazing character.
So we'll call him Little Papa Pump.
Yeah. Or Papa Pump Jr., whatever. Go back and they have it on YouTube. It's just like a whole like 20-minute YouTube video about like, Scott Steiner's like best promo work.
Yeah.
Oh my god, when he would rip on Ric Flair in Nitro, it was the funniest shit. The crooked yellow teeth. And the one thing I always quote is when he's talking about Samoa Joe, the Mafia. It's like a round table of the main event Mafia. And you go, Samoa Joe, just fat son of a bitch. And then like Kurt Angle's like, calm down. And he's like, fat. It's the funniest thing, man. Scott Steiner and TNA was like a whole nother level. Like that's sports entertainment.
Yeah. That was a whole crazy entertainment thing. Besides,
Yeah.
his sacrifice promo is still like quoted even by non-wrestling fans. That's how
Oh
much
yeah.
people got influenced.
Steiner math.
Yep. That
Like
that yeah.
iconic.
Iconic.
It's
And
iconic.
people saw in the past that it was moronic, but it took a few years to basically go, oh shit, that was actually clever.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It took a while. It wasn't because I remember when it first came out, people were really making fun of him, and then a few years after that, they're like, "Oh shit, this is clever."
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And then the one time where the main event Mafia took over Impact, and then they had Scott Steiner do the ring announcing. It's hilarious.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Oh, that would be hilarious to look up. Like Scott Steiner ring announcer.
Look it up on YouTube. No, they have it.
I believe you. That's why I'm laughing. I'm thinking like, oh my god. F the fourth wall. Wait, what is a fourth wall?
It's over there.
It's somewhere over there. It's somewhere over there. I go back to Twitch. What the hell? There it is. Man. Do, 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 do.
So, anything else on you guys' mind? Anything else you guys want to get off your chest?
Did you see the new 2K2 WWE 2K24 thing they just showed?
Yeah, I mean, I like the additions, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm going to get it.
They showed the Fiend in the intro.
Okay, I don't think I saw
I like
that.
that.
Yeah, they actually showed it like his intro. So he's part. So I'm like, okay.
There's
I
like
mean,
40 years of WrestleMania involved in this thing.
Yep.
Yeah,
But with a couple of scrubs outs.
I mean, I'd much rather. I know it's missing like the last 10, but I'd much rather go play 2K14 because at least with that, that has a 30-year WrestleMania mode, but at least has one match from every WrestleMania.
Right. I don't think this one's gonna have every match from WrestleMania.
No, it has 21 matches.
Wait, 21 out of 40?
That's what I heard. Yeah.
That doesn't make sense. It's like you're supposed to celebrate 40 years. You should have 40 matches. 40.
At least one match from every year, every WrestleMania.
Yeah, at least. Oh, well, in this case, 39 because 40 is this year, I think. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So 39 matches then. Like, doesn't it make sense to have a 40?
Yeah. I mean, maybe you can leave some stinkers out, like you probably don't have to do 26 because you wouldn't have to do Shawn and Taker every. Like you'd probably bring in the 25 match and not their 26 match.
Yeah.
27 was a stinker all around. 28 had Rock Cena. 29, maybe you do Punk and Taker.
And what about going way back? Like, even like the first 10? Like, there's
like WrestleMania 6 or WrestleMania 9. Do you really need those matches on those cards?
You see what I mean? Yeah, I mean, I see what you mean, but it's like, is it just the main
Not
event?
really.
Or is it just the main event, or is it like other matches within those?
Because 25, Shawn and Taker wasn't the main event, but they were the main event at 26. Punk Taker wasn't the main event at 29. Like, do you do Punk and Triple H for the Hell in a Cell from 28? And like, I don't even know how many matches from the most recent ones are going to be added.
I don't know.
Because they haven't. I don't think they've announced like which specific matches they're gonna do. Like the first 10, there's maybe you do maybe the main event of the first one. You do WrestleMania 3. You either do Andre and Hogan or Macho and Randy Savage.
I would take both of those matches if you could.
WrestleMania 6, you do Hogan and Warrior. And like the next two matches I would take from are from WrestleMania 10. Both are Bret Hart's matches.
I got the list here.
Oh, they do have a confirmed like list.
Yep, confirmed. Should
Shoot
I read
'em.
it off?
Yeah.
All right. So this is no particular order, but you could. But it's going to be multiples during some WrestleMania. So you were kind of right where saying that they're not going to do like every single one. They're just going to do some of the main ones. So here's one. So first one, Steamboat versus Savage from WrestleMania 3.
Okay.
The
Nice.
second one is yes, of course. Yeah, you need that. The second one is Hogan versus Andre from WrestleMania 3.
Okay.
You got to
Then-
have that main event. You got to have the main event from that.
Yeah. Next is
Those are the two best matches on the card, and even though the Hogan Andre match wasn't as good as it could have been if Andre was healthier, it was still a good match because up until the time the match started, this decision as to what was going to happen still hadn't been made.
If you want to go
And-
see a good Hogan versus Andre match, go back to I think it's 1980 or 1981. They had a match at Shea Stadium. That's a much better match.
I remember seeing them watching a video of them having a match over in Japan.
I don't remember their New Japan match. I would have to look that up.
I don't know if it was New Japan or All Japan.
I'm guessing it was. My guess it would be that it was New Japan because I know both Andre and Hogan were very loyal to Odoki.
But Hogan was the heel in
Yeah.
that match,
Andre
And he
was a very big face in New Japan.
and he did something to Andre that pissed him off, and Hogan went running out of the ring, and Andre literally flipped himself out of the ring and started chasing Hogan. It was absolutely hilarious.
That's insane that Hogan was like the biggest name in America, but yet like he was a heel in Japan. Like that's insane that you could still
That
do
is-
that.
Yep. Should I go on the rest of the list?
Yeah. Go to the rest of the list.
Rick Rude versus Ultimate Warrior from WrestleMania 5. Then Hogan versus Savage at 5.
Hogan and Savage, I'm guessing, is the what was it? The final of the WrestleMania tournament, or was
No.
the championship
championship.
tournament was 4?
Championship tournament was 4, and Savage fought DiBiase in the finals.
Okay, and then he probably held the belt for an entire year after the Mega Power split, and then that's where WrestleMania 5 comes in.
Yep, that's exactly it. The Mega Powers explode.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm guessing the next one would be Hogan and Andre, or Hogan and Warrior.
From number 6.
Yep.
Well, and then we jump to now. This is 11 out of 21 so far, but the next one is from X, WrestleMania X, which is Ramon versus Michaels in the ladder match.
Ooh,
Great match.
Mm-hmm.
That
I'm
was an absolute
right.
banger.
I'm surprised. Hart and Owen Hart, or Hart versus Hart, is not on that list. Maybe they couldn't get. Oh, they can't get Owen. That's right.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
can't
well-
get anything that has to do with Owen because of his wife.
Well, so
Yep.
most of it's also still. These are just 11 matches I have so far out of 21, but still, you're probably right. They probably can't get Owen.
No, they won't.
But
She
here's
has swore that
Because
to her dying day they will never get to do
well,
anything.
the thing
with
is
Owen.
though, technically, with them, with the video game, she wouldn't have to go with WWE. She would have to go through 2K. But Still, I don't think I think anything related to the WWE she wouldn't want it allowed. But then
Yeah,
again,
exactly.
he's in AEW Fight Forever,
Yeah.
so it's not a wrestling thing; it's a WWE thing. But then again, it's the company that killed her husband, so I don't
Exactly.
blame her.
Blame her. Next on the list. Speaking of the Heart, you got Hart versus Austin from 13.
13. Yep, probably the biggest moment in wrestling history
Mm-hmm. And
because
then we got
it spawned the biggest superstar in wrestling history.
Yep. Stone Cold.
mm-hmm.
Well, one
Yep.
of.
No, I would say the biggest draw, without a doubt, biggest draw.
With or without an ego.
Because I would say, yeah, well, Hogan was very egocentric. But two, like the most sold shirt in WWE history, in wrestling history, is the Austin 316.
Yeah.
The what chant is still around after 20 plus years.
And it is
He's-
annoying because it has nothing to do with Austin now.
But that shows you how over he is.
Yeah, I understand that, but the fact remains that was something that was attributed to him, and when it's done when somebody else is speaking,
It's
it just doesn't
annoying.
have the same effect.
It's annoying, but that just shows you the level of magnitude and level of how over Stone Cold. That's why Stone Cold, every time he walks out, it doesn't matter what type of show it is. It could be the most piss boring Raw of all time. Stone Cold Steve Austin music's
You
hit.
get that glass break and the place explodes.
Yeah. It
Not arguing that point.
he's still used as a draw to sell tickets.
Hmm.
Stone Cold Steve Austin would probably, if he would have worked a year, he'd probably still be the most over guy in the WWE.
Mm-hmm. Seen that before with his match with Owens.
Yeah,
That was good. That was good.
Yeah.
I was so happy for Kevin, because Kevin is such a big Stone Cold fan,
Hmm.
and to get to work the main event at WrestleMania with your childhood idol.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I saw it today on Instagram. I'm never gonna not laugh at this. It was Kevin Owens. He was telling a story about he was playing with his wrestling dolls, and he wanted it to make it more realistic. And I guess one of the dolls was Stone Cold, so he took a mug, he threw it at the glass. He threw it at the wall to try to get the glass shattering sound. Obviously, it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Then he drops the best line of all time. I was 17.
He's only
You know,
17.
Kevin Owens is like a year or two away from actually being a professional wrestler. And he's sitting playing with wrestling dolls, trying to get the glass break of Stone Cold by throwing a mug against the wall.
It's classic.
Because he says this in I'm not sure if you guys remember this, but before he signed with WWE, he used to have a shoot interview show with High Spots, and they sell DVDs and all that. And he was interviewing Jimmy Jacobs, and he dropped that, and it's still the greatest line that I've ever heard from Kevin. It still makes me laugh like my ass off.
Of course. Next on the insane list, we're jumping way ahead to the Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels match from 25.
Wow.
Oh, where Michaels had to retire, or was that his 20?
No, that was the year before.
But that's what they picked.
I would say 25 is the better match.
Yeah, that's probably why.
No, wait a minute. No, Michaels didn't wrestle Undertaker in WrestleMania 24.
Yeah, he did.
Yes,
25. I said 25.
25.
That's what I just said. Is it 25 or 26 where he had to retire?
25.
No, they wrestled back to back.
Yeah, it was twice.
He WrestleMania 25, and then 26 was the retirement.
That's what I just said. Was 25 the retirement or 26?
No,
He did
26
not
was
wrestle.
Morrison.
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels did not wrestle The Undertaker in WrestleMania 24.
No one's. I didn't bring up 24.
No, I said 25.
Yeah, we said
I thought
25.
I heard 24 from one of you two.
I think it might be the
24
voices
was
in your
where
head.
retired Ric Flair.
I hear voices in
Yeah.
my head.
And it's the one where Taker had Edge in the main.
Yeah. And then
No, I'm never gonna forget 24 when Taker wins, right? And for some reason they had the bright idea of sending pyro from the top of the stadium down into the ring, and one of the pyros fucked up and went into the
I
stand.
remember that. I remember hearing that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember that too.
watching. I remember watching the crusty ass cell phone footage of it. It's hilarious. Thankfully, nobody was like seriously hurt.
Yeah. It's still like scary as hell.
Yeah,
All right. Our next match. Now, this is interesting because the next 3 matches that are confirmed took place in 39. Can you guess?
I'm guessing the triple threat for the IC title.
Nope.
Really?
Well, yeah, nope. They haven't announced it yet, but one of you can guess right away.
Codes.
Yeah.
Rhodes and Reigns.
That's one.
I'm guessing the tag title match.
Nope.
Usos. No.
Nope.
I wouldn't say the Lesnar match. Oh, Cena in Theory.
Nope. It was Ripley against Flair and Belair versus Asuka.
Belair. Wow, I don't even remember those matches. I remember the Ripley one, but I don't remember the Belair versus Asuka.
Yeah. And then after those 2, there are 5 more that are hinted but not confirmed. Okay, hinted.
Okay. Do you
So
have the
one
hinted
is-
ones?
Yeah, here's 5 of them. By the way, I'm giving credit to SmackDownHotel.com. That's where I got the list from. I like the site. I like the site name, SmackDown Hotel.
Don't they have? I think that's where they have like mods for like some of the older games.
Ooh, I gotta look it up then because
Yeah.
I have the older games. So, all right. So the first one possible, not confirmed but possible, hinted, was Hogan and Mr. T versus Piper and Orndorff.
That has to be because that's the main event of WrestleMania 1.
Yep. Kane versus Triple H at 15 with China. And
Oh, that's the only thing I remember about that is that's the night Triple H went corporate. He left DX to become corporate.
okay. Next match is Angle versus Michaels at 21.
Yes. Okay, that was a very good match. I was hoping they would put that in. Fortunately, obviously for obvious reasons, it wasn't in 2K14.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a very, very, very good match.
Next up is Orton versus Rollins in 31.
That's actually a very good match. I would actually probably say that was my favorite match from WrestleMania 31.
That was a very good match. And that RKO at the end was crazy.
That was probably
The height that they got on that was insane.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I will say that's better than the Seidel RKO.
I was just gonna go there.
Those are the only 2 good ones I could think about.
Yeah, that Seidel one was still crazy though. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, it was.
Yeah,
It was.
Yeah. But this
the
one
timing
was
on that,
beautiful.
they were perfect.
Wait a minute. What about the one from War Games?
Oh,
I don't know. Was it Ricochet? I'm guessing.
No, JD.
Fuck if I know. Fuck.
Shall we go into the last one? That's a possibility, but this one I'm kind of really hoping they would include.
Shoot.
Cena versus The Fiend. Firefly Funhouse match from 36.
That'd be so hard to pull off. So hard to pull off.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you could put like cutscenes in the middle, but I think that would be hard to pull off in a video game.
I thought they did that in cutscenes because don't they? Aren't they doing that? Bringing back the backstage stuff in this one?
I mean, I heard they're offering a new backstage area.
This could be it. The Funhouse.
I mean, there's several matches that I would love to see added. Let's see if I could think of any. Well, 21, you probably have Cena and JBL, and then Batista Taker or Batista Triple H. What? I mean, hell, you could do Rock Austin. Rock
Any one of the
Austin for
Rock Austin
19.
matches.
Hell, 15, 17, or 19. You do any of those Rock Austin matches. You could do probably Hogan. No, you can't do Hogan versus Vince. Can't do.
No.
Hogan versus Rock.
Oh, that was
Yeah. Obviously,
Yeah,
that match
yeah,
has
yeah.
to be on it. I'm trying to think
Hmm.
of other matches. Like maybe you do Rock and Cena from 28. I'm thinking they might try to choose different matches
How about
from.
Rock Cena versus Rock Cena 29?
No, because that match is not as good.
Okay.
I was there for that match. So were you.
Yeah. Didn't get
Um,
to see it because I was in the middle of I was on my way back from the transport to Hackensack.
fortunately, they're not going to be able to do 30 with at least Taker or the Daniel Bryan matches. You could probably pull off Cena
Taker
versus
Brock.
no, not even
Or-
Cena Wyatt.
No, you can't
You
do
can't
Brock
do
now
Taker Brock.
because of what's going on.
Even though he's in the game still.
He is. I thought he was removed.
Not far. Well, unless I hope he's removed, but they're probably working in progress to remove him. Oh,
They might
shit.
do Roman and Taker.
I want to take another look at this list. Share the link.
Yeah.
Roman and Taker from 33.
What link? I don't see a link. You have the link.
No, for the list.
Oh yeah. All right. This is an older list, but let's see what we got so
Put it in
far.
the
They
private
should
chat.
do. They should do Shawn and Austin from 14. The Austin era has begun.
Let's start from the top.
Austin 316 says I just whooped your ass.
Oh what? Yeah.
All right, there we go. All right, so let's start here. So far it's like go away. 79.
Yeah, this is the entire roster that's confirmed. Oh, he might be in it. Wait, no, they usually. So technically, this is not confirmed yet. Because technically, is it
Okay.
confirmed
confirmed?
so far.
Confirmed so far.
Because they usually do a what do you call it? A roster reveal.
Nah, not these days.
Yeah, they did one last year.
I don't remember that. That's like a while back. But here's some strange ones. Look at this one. Cody Rhodes Mattel version?
Yeah, because they had a John Cena one a couple of years ago.
I'm gonna play as a Mattel. Oh lordy. Okay. Kind of happy to see China here.
Can
But
I-
look at this.
You know what I hate? I really hate that. I really hate how they have multiple character slots for the same person. I hate that.
I agree.
Yeah, there's no need for it.
Because, like, I forget how many years ago they had, like, 5 Shawn Michaels, like, 5 Triple H's, like, all, like, 7 versions of Mick Foley.
Yeah. Well, Foley in a way is a slight exception because he had the multiple personalities.
And, like, that's one thing I fucking hate. Mia Yim. It's Mia Yim. I hate this Minchin shit.
Yeah.
Did they just add this?
Yeah,
Michin? Why?
because Vince wanted to change her name.
Oh, Vince, you can kiss off.
No, not even Vince. It was Triple H. It was Triple H. Triple H.
I don't
And
get
it's the same thing with Io Shirai. I hate how they
Oh,
call her something
I
else.
like one of the good people in here.
What was that?
I like one of the people on the last row.
Paul Heyman?
No, next to Paul, other way.
Oh yeah, Muhammad.
Yeah,
Muhammad Ali.
gotta love having Muhammad Ali in this game.
That's why I
Yeah.
think they're gonna have WrestleMania 1 the main event.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
he's the special referee.
Yep.
Or is it timekeeper? I forget which one.
Oh, he was the special guest referee.
Okay. And it's gonna be not like a situation like in 2K14, or was it? No, it was 2K16.
Yeah,
They had a
That-
generic Mike Tyson.
WrestleMania 3 matches there.
2 Rey Mysterios.
I hate that. 2 Rhea Ripley's. I hate that.
Yeah.
Like they
I
should
mean,
just
this
be
makes no
one
sense.
character.
Another Cody.
Well,
I mean, that is the only exception I would do because it's a completely different character.
with different, it's like different also moveset too in a way.
Yeah,
Like
like
different,
it's
different
not
stats.
like it's not like a different looking Rey Mysterio. Like Rey Mysterio, you could literally just give him different attires and like maybe remove some
Change some moves here.
yeah, and remove some like tattoos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
look,
don't know how
look
the
at
hell
this.
Yeah, that I hate. I don't know how they're gonna work in Superstar Billy Graham.
I don't know either.
I don't feel like that's the entire roster.
No, it's not the entire roster. It's like I don't
These
think
are
so.
the ones
Like,
that are confirmed so far.
Yeah. That's like 79. You're gonna have a bigger thing than that.
They did say it was going to be the biggest roster ever, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how they got Cora Jade in there.
Elena Black, yep. That's another thing I hate about WWE's, man. Like they'll always for some reason it happened way more with the women that they would change the names of the women. It felt like there was a time where guys they wouldn't change the names as much, but the women were still getting their names changed, and I hate that because to me it's like you sign these guys for their name value, and then you're gonna go and fuck it up and change it all.
I think they're signing for the talent and just changing the name. I mean, Balor has his name changed even when he went to New Japan, so it's not exactly.
He was always
abnormal.
Prince Devitt.
No, even before he was. Before he went to New Japan.
He was Fergal Devitt.
Yeah. So
But then again, Fergal is his shoot name, so is Devitt.
Yeah. Still though, it's like it's
And,
possible that things change.
I mean, he still kept his last name though.
That's up to them.
And
Sometimes
plus,
he
Prince
promotes
is
them
like a nickname.
Yeah.
But still, it's still up to the promoter in the end sometimes too. Especially
Okay,
when you're
so
going
we
to
got
the
79 people on this list so far.
Yeah.
Who are some others that you would add to the roster?
I don't even know who. I mean, like maybe classic people, but then again, like I don't know who's on the main. Like I don't know who's in WWE.
Yeah.
Like I'll be honest with you, there's plenty of names that are unrecognizable. Like Ilsa Dawn, I probably know her because she was in. What?
I was gonna say I know who I would add right away. Dragunov.
Yes.
I would add Dragunov right away. I was like,
oh, I don't see Walter.
Yeah,
yeah. Yes.
Gunther has to be added.
Gunther, yep.
How about all of Imperium?
I was gonna say put all Imperium. Put all of him. Put all Imperium in there. Man. Oh God.
And like Bobby the Brain Heenan, like I think he's just a manager though.
Yeah, he's just listed as manager.
But if you know your way, like if you know how to mod, you can mod him in as a wrestler.
Yeah, but it's all right. Just put it as a manager, like put a slot for it. Just so
shouts out New Legacy Inc. If you go look on their channel, they have, I don't know if they did it for 20. Yeah, no, 20, 22, and like 23. They have mods, and so like they do matches in like places that were only accessible in the career mode. Yeah, they break the game, and shouts out to them.
Shouts out to them, man. Anybody breaks a game like that, shouts out to them. Hey.
How about somebody else from NXT? Rick.
Yeah, they're probably just gonna add a bunch of NXT guys.
Yeah, he should be on there. Trick. What's the God? My brain is not I cannot remember the new tag team that like
The Creeds.
what was that?
The Creed brothers.
Thank you.
Just add the entire Diamond Mine. Because you got to add Ivy Nile, too.
Mm-hmm.
That's still a thing.
Oh, yeah. They're on the main roster now.
Are they
on
still
Raw.
called the Diamond Mine?
Yeah.
Wow. Like most of the people that were in it left. Like two of the people that were in that Diamond Mine are in AEW now.
Mm-hmm. Still though, I mean, so far it looks like a decent roster.
Yeah.
So far, ever. As I could say, as I say in wrestling,
Probably going to add Meta 4.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, who else are they going to add? They got to add Life of the Party. Caden and Katana.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I'm gonna pick it up this year.
I don't
As
know.
of, I mean, like as of right now, there's nothing that's like super impressed me. I mean, although I do love the additions of ambulance and coffin matches.
I think for me, I would just for the backstage stuff, just like a wrestle backstage.
Um,
I saw one person on the list, and I don't see her partner yet, but they're going to have to add her.
Who?
You see Chelsea. You got to add Piper.
The hell?
Piper
I didn't
Niven.
even see Chelsea.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
she's right here.
Right there.
Oh shit! I thought that was Charlotte Flair.
Two of them though.
Yeah.
It's like,
You know, that's another thing you notice. Like sometimes they'll just carry over stuff in previous games, not even touch it.
no, not even.
Oh, they got to
So,
finish adding. They got to add JD
Yep.
McDonough, because you got Finn, you got Damien, you got Rhea, but you need JD to finish Judgment Day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they do have R-Truth.
Did Logan Paul show up last year?
He's been in the last couple of years. Yeah.
Okay. I haven't really picked up. That's why I was like,
Good.
man.
It's time. Let me talk to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Eli Drake. Yeah. Dummy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dummy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dummy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dummy. Yeah. Yeah.
Dummy, yeah.
All right. Well,
They're gonna have some classic guys.
yeah, I think
The legends.
Come on. One of the greatest heels of all time has to be in the game. They got to put him in there. If you're going to put superstar Billy Graham in there,
Mm-hmm.
who didn't do anything after like the early 80s,
Late
but he was
70s,
like one of the most iconic names in WWF history.
I understand that. I'm not arguing that point.
But it's like,
you got to put in Piper. You got to put in Roddy.
It depends if they get the approval.
I think they'll get the approval because there wasn't any problems with him leaving.
No,
he came back
no.
a few times.
But he's dead. So
Yeah.
I think it's different when if they don't have the deals in place when they're dead.
yeah, I don't know how they work the deals for the likeness. I don't know how this one works with the with 2K, 2K and WB. I don't know how it works in this one, the licensing. I should look into that. So how they handle it. Because I think you're probably
Yeah.
right. It does have to go through the next of kin.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
or power of attorney. You know.
I mean, they could easily get a hold of Teal.
Duh.
It shouldn't be that hard to get a hold of Teal Piper.
No.
They're probably working on it. Like I said, that's just the so far list.
Mm-hmm.
Down the road, and of course, just go jump on just go on WE Creations, and somebody's gonna create and just download that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep,
And as long as they had the bagpipe music, it'll be good.
definitely.
Gotta have
All
the
good.
bagpipes when Roddy Piper comes to the ring.
You gotta
You gotta.
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're all. All right. Yeah, I think.
I came here to kick ass and chew bubblegum. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Bubblegum.
I think this was a wonderful discussion.
I think
Tonight,
so. I think
folks.
we did. This was a good one.
Yeah, we worked it. At least when they go into Super Bowl crazy.
No.
Yeah, we did that before.
Yeah,
Did that
Yeah.
before the show.
Yeah.
That was the
I went-
pre-show.
Yep. And I went crazy last night. So.
We all did.
I went crazy while I was at work. I got
Mm.
paid to watch the game. What little I could.
It's something.
I got paid
All
to
right.
see the end of the game. That's all that matters to me.
All right. It's
All right. So
called-
take us out. Take
All
us
right,
out, Brian.
Gentlemen, as always, excellent show. And until then, till next week, too sweet.
Hit the stop streaming button.